Hey everybody, welcome back to Rob Does Weather. As always, I'm your host Rob, and today we are going to be discussing a multi-day severe weather outbreak for the central and southern plains, specifically an enhanced risk for potentially strong tornadoes in eastern Texas into southeast Oklahoma. We're going to be discussing all of that in the video, so stay tuned. So here we are first looking at the GFS model. This is our long range global model, and we can see here we have a strong bowling ball trough that is ejecting here across the United States. And this is Thursday morning, so today in the morning. And as we move into Friday night, you can see this thing starts to tighten up a little bit and really starts to display some very favorable wind fields across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. The stage is being set for severe weather. Now, today there is a chance for severe weather. However, the dew points are a little lacking today. We just don't quite have that much moisture. I mean, it is November, but tomorrow, Friday, that moisture will be right here. So here we see this is 0Z tonight. So this is in the nighttime tonight. We have 60-degree, mid 60s dew points through here. So this is why we do have a severe weather risk today across Oklahoma, Kansas, and parts of Texas. And we can see right in here, we have those rich 70-degree dew points sitting in the Gulf Coast. And as that big trough comes through, we can see our wind barbs are coming straight from the south. So that's just going to pull energy, nice, rich, moist air straight from the south up into Texas. This is Friday morning. And by midday Friday, you have 70-degree dew points reaching as far north as Waco, Dallas, potentially reaching all the way up almost 70-degree dew points to the Red River. And this is going to set the stage for a volatile environment for severe weather. We'll go ahead and check out the NAM model, which is also modeling our moisture here. And we can see this is a shorter range model, and it shows roughly about the same thing. We have those 70-degree dew points, a little pocket of some dryness here, so not as much moisture available, but still just about the same idea that our GFS model was showing. And then this sharp cold front dry line feature here with very dry air. You have 30 and 40-degree air right here, and this is going to be an initiator for a lot of those storms. This is one thing. This is the EHI, so the Energy Helicity Index. So what this does, this is on our NAM model again. This takes into account the moisture that's available, the energy that's in the atmosphere, along with the wind field in the atmosphere. So that jet stream, the shear that's in the atmosphere. So we can see nothing major. We have values of anywhere from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, and that extends all the way up into parts of Kansas, down here into east central Texas. So the NAM is not painting this as violent of a setup as some of the other models are painting it. But if we actually go over here to the HRRR model, this is our convective allowing model, and I think this model is showing a much higher ceiling to this event. We can see right here about 3 to 4 p.m. we're starting to get some of those showers showing up, potentially semi-discrete supercells, and you can see it looks pretty messy. There's all these little showers forming around here. But by 4 o'clock, we're starting to get these semi-discrete supercells developing. And these specific cells here near Dallas, from Waco all the way up to southeast Oklahoma, these cells will have a chance to produce strong tornadoes as long as they remain discrete storms, kind of separate from other storms. There's a good chance that we could see a strong tornado in here. But we see very quickly within the next 2 to 3 hours, these storms kind of congeal into more of a messier mode. This is going to be one of your classic southeast type events. If you've ever storm chased or been in storms in the south, southeast Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, they usually tend to be very high precipitation. There's a lot of rain. They're very grungy is the look. But these storms have potential to be very violent as well. So, and then right behind you see this is our cold front, our cold front dry line, which is going to convect into more of a linear system. And out in front is where we have those sort of semi-discrete, more of a chance for tornadoes out in front of this main line. So we go ahead and look here on the HRRR for the dew points for tomorrow. We can see yet again that reservoir of 70-degree dew points, and it's going to rocket north within a few hours. By 3 to 4 o'clock, whenever these storms are starting to develop right here just east of Dallas, we have 70-degree dew points nudging all the way up into southeastern Oklahoma. This model is definitely showing the potential for this to be a very high ceiling event. This is very rich moisture, which is going to translate to some higher energy values, along with the very impressive shear that's in the atmosphere. Very, very likely we could have some strong tornadoes if this scenario pans out. We'll go ahead and look at the latest run of the HRRR. This shows the storms firing about an hour or two later than the last one. But you still have that potential of those more semi-discrete storms, yet again from southeast Oklahoma, all the way down here to about Waco. But very quickly, they congeal into more of a messier mode. And I think this model would support a little bit lower end tornado potential. Not by much compared to the last one, but a little bit. And we see that front then just lights up like a candle and very quickly catches up with all these storms, which eventually get undercut by that front, and that would limit the severe potential extending into Arkansas and Missouri, and focus more of the severe potential, more of a wind threat down here in southeast Texas into Louisiana and Arkansas. So the last thing I will do is I will pull up the significant tornado parameters here. This is yet again our HRRR. This is our highest resolution short-term model, and we can see by the time those storms are firing, we do have values of anywhere from 1 to 2. So the significant tornado parameter is basically combines all of the parameters available and gives us a generic value as to the potential for strong, potentially violent tornadoes. And we see yet again from southeast Oklahoma extending down here into Texas. This is our most likely chance that we're going to see a significant tornado in this range. And that's why the Storm Prediction Center has added that 10% hatched risk down here in eastern Texas up into southeast Oklahoma. So, yet again, this is a very violent, volatile atmosphere. We'll go ahead and just take one of the kind of medium soundings out here in the warm sector, and we can see there's the PDS TOR potential hazard, over 200 SRH. Now, usually whenever you're forecasting tornadoes, you usually want at minimum 150 SRH. So 240 SRH right here, that is more than enough. With sufficient deep layer shear, 20 to 30 knots. We can visibly see that turning in the atmosphere and the turning with the wind barbs as we go up higher in the atmosphere. You have 126 3 Cape, which is the energy in the lowest levels of the atmosphere. That shows you that you're going to have that strong rising energy at the very lowest levels of the atmosphere. That's what's very crucial for specifically tornado genesis. And then we have Cape, which is just our general energy, which is showing a 2,400, which is more than enough Cape. You want to see 1,500, 2,000 usually minimum to have a potential for strong tornadoes. So this setup definitely has the making of potentially an outbreak, maybe a strong tornado or two could happen. And if storms stay discrete for a longer time than what is anticipated, we could actually see quite a few strong tornadoes. So, really, it all depends on how the cookie crumbles at this point. The environment is definitely going to be primed for this. Is it 100% guaranteed that we're going to see violent, strong tornadoes? No. But the potential is definitely there. So please, please, just be cautious and just know that these storms down here are definitely going to be very high precipitation, low visibility, and it's likely that if there's a tornado, you will not see it. So that's about all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have a small channel, so every like, every subscriber that I get is very valued and appreciated. So thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching the channel. Please stay safe out there. Peace out.